Hello everybody, welcome back to my Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous Azata playthrough. I know last time I ended off I was at my court, but I decided to just do some of the mundane stuff before I got started today. So I organised some of our armies a bit, I got us a new general, I've come back here, I've levelled everybody up. For some reason Social's pet companion's not showing, so I'm hoping that will fix itself at some point. I don't know where his dog's gone, but hey ho. We're not really using Social anyway, so it's not the end of the world, but a little concerning that the dog's not there. And I got the red salamander ring, and I've given it to Ember until she hits level 50, because that lets her cast the Hellfire Ray spell earlier, which is a much better attack spell than Scorching Ray. And then when she hits level 15, she will have Hellfire Ray naturally, just because of part of her class, and then we can switch it over to Darren. But figured Lamb would have some stuff to talk about, seeing as we've done his companion quest. So we'll see what he has to say. You're not the only mongrel on the surface. Got any plans for the future? Plans? You have too high opinion of me. To be honest, I've never had less of a plan than I do right now. I thought everything would be simple. We'd go to the surface, become crusaders, and somehow figure things out later. But later is now. Sol tells me not to rush things, but he always says that. If I listen to him, I'll have moss growing out of my ears before a single thing changes. One thing's for sure, as long as you're our leader, there is hope. Things are always happening around you, and it made me realise that I need to stick with you. If I do, one day I'll find myself scaling a citadel of evil, a bow blessed by all the gods clamped between my teeth, about to plant an arrow in the chest of some ancient evil demon. Your people have come to the surface. Does this mean you are no longer nethers? Ha! That's a good question. We're not fully uplanders yet. I think we are now uplander nethers. Although if you think about it, we used to be nether uplanders. After all, our ancestors came to the caves from the surface, and now I've given myself a headache. Maybe I'll leave the task of renaming our people for a better time. Do you have anything to say about Wenduag? No, I'm not anymore. I found out everything I wanted to know. Thank you for your answers so long. I was thinking about my decision to kill Wenduag. I think it fits best with what Nest would do. I know we've kind of characterized Nest as the forgiving type, but she's also somewhat chaotic and quick to anger, and I don't think she'd. Well, for one, she detests the idea of slavery, and that was what Wenduag was proposing. She was saying like, "Oh, make me your slave. I'll just serve you blindly." And we failed. I think if we passed the diplomacy check, maybe we could have argued that Nest. Oh, now seeing as Nest feels like she persuaded her to change her ways, then we might have taken her on. I definitely didn't think letting her go was what we'd do, because she was showing no sign of any sort of remorse, and she was, she just killed and basically eaten somebody. I don't think letting her go made any sort of sense there, because she would just continue doing what she'd doing. She'd been terrorizing the mongrels. She'd been was just openly saying that she would do anything for strength. But it does sometimes, when you have games like this where you have a lot of decisions, sometimes it boils down to, rather than making a decision between two outcomes, it's a decision between just cutting elements of the story off. Because I feel like Wenduag would have shown up again if we'd spared her, and she was definitely going to betray us if we brought her with us. But also, I think the game gives you a lot of companions, and if you don't choose to use some of them, I do appreciate when it gives you nice kind of in-story options to just trim the fat, as it were. We're never going to use Wenduag in our party, but I would feel obligated to chat with her if we had her hanging around here and she had a bunch of story stuff to do. So I think I'm okay with how we did that decision. I want to see if we're able to fix anything with the storyteller. Nope. Okay. Let's go... I want to check some of the Crusader things. Oh, also I figured out how the actual upgrading of the bastions to outpost works, but I figured it out by making a mistake, because it gives you the decrees to upgrade. Oh, hello. I'll talk about this in a minute. Yaka, a familiar figure clad in black armor, appears before you and ceremoniously offers a salute. Greetings, Knight Commander. Yaka Ankela from the Perilictor Duranger's squad at your service. I'm afraid it's becoming a habit, but once again I bring dire news. Yanka shrugs apologetically. Yaka casts a nervous sideways glance at his superior officer. Perilictor, while you've been following the Knight Commander, much has happened at our outpost. Enough empty chatter, Knight. Give your report. Although Regiel's tone remains as dispassionate as ever, his gaze has grown in intensity. He watches Yaka like a predatory beast prowling ever closer to its prey. Yaka snaps to attention and repeats a message he's clearly taken pains to memorize. Reporting to who it may concern, a group of Hellknights has vanished under suspicious circumstances. They were last seen on the road to the occupied city of Iz. The knights were escorting a group of cultists and carrying letters captured in a recent raid to an underground hideout. They disappeared after reporting their approach to our outpost, and the chapters quartered there failed to find any traces of the missing knights. The situation is highly abnormal. Such a large squad could have fallen in battle, but they could hardly have vanished into thin air without so much as a sign of struggle. Powerful demonic forces might be involved in their disappearance. Thus we informed Dresden about the incident and plead for help in our investigation. Tell me about the hideout. Where were the cultists captured? It was a secret hideout consisting of a large warehouse and several workshops, which produced equipment for cultist cells all over Mendev. We've been tracking the cultists for a while before finally locating and attacking them. Strategically, our intelligence reports had indicated that several powerful demons were always present inside the hideout, but our strike team only found mortals. We captured and escorted them to our outpost for questioning. What of this outpost where the knights were last seen? As I understand it, Perilictor's Renth, Tai and Deothan informed you about the outpost during their visit to Dresden. Oh, okay, so this is about the Hell Knights. I was wondering where we could go and find them. While we finished its construction just a few days ago, it's already our largest staging ground in the Eastern World Wound. We have a small permanent garrison station there, and we use it as a resting area for the Hell Knights involved in various expeditions. Fine, I'll take care of it. Regiel waves Yaka away, then sets his pale yellow eyes on you. We must visit the Hellknight outpost as soon as we can. I suggest you treat this incident as seriously as possible. It might have unexpected consequences. Okay, maybe we'll do that next. Lady Konomi. Oh, this is the Diplomatic Council. Commander, the Council needs you to take decisive action. There has been a major scandal. The nation of Andoran, our diplomatic partner, has sent its army to help the crusade. However, this apparently generous gesture is nothing more than a political provocation. The Andorans noticed that the emerging rapprochement between Mendev and Cheliax had been jeopardized. They wish to widen the divide between Nerosian and... so many place names. Egorian. And so they have deliberately sent their army to our territory without our approval. If Mendev accepts this help, it will cool our relations with Isgar and their Caesarian, Cheliax. The Royal Council that is to say, expects you to reject Andoran aid. Direct them toward Her Majesty's court. They are welcome to negotiate with the capital. Social. Unfortunately, we can't disregard the decision made by Her Majesty and her council. Social pauses, then suddenly gives you a sly smile. But those Andorans didn't come here empty-handed. They brought weapons and supplies. Let them share those with us, since Nerosian forbids them from joining our army. Darren regards Lady Konomi with feigned disapproval. Come now, Lady Konomi, all this suspicion. I am sure the Andorans are driven by nothing more than benevolence and concern for our collective future. We simply must accept them like dear friends. Lan. We should send the Andorans back home, instead of to Nerosian, and declare as loudly as possible that we disapprove of their underhanded methods. Otherwise our capital's diplomats will see it as an opportunity to strike a few deals and sweep the whole scandal under the rug. And that's not right. Vile deeds should be exposed, not hidden. Woljif, if the whole deal is about them being Andorrans, they should just stop being them. Take down the banners, call themselves mercenaries. Problem solved. What's the gist of this political conflict? Isger is the protectorate of Cheliax, and Andorran and Cheliax have a long history of feuds. For the Andorrans, the highest values are freedom and equality, and for the Chelexians, it's order and hierarchy. It's as if the two countries were made to be at odds. The fact that they are both allied with Mendev doesn't stop them from settling scores at any opportunity. Okay, so we're definitely more in favour of the Andorrans than the Chelexians then. Maybe we'll go with Woljif's plan. Or Darren's. For the time being, Nerosian considers it more advantageous to cooperate with Egorian, the capital of Cheliax. No one is cutting ties with Andorran, no. It is just the relations have cooled somewhat. It's a common occurrence in the politics of major powers. When you ruined the carefully devised deal with Isger, Cheliax Protectorate, and did not call for their help, you sent a message to Andorran. The alliance with Engorian is not as strong as before. Act now. As a result, they have resorted to a provocation. Either Nerosian accepts their forces, thus aggravating Cheliax even further, or risks a diplomatic row. Let's see what the council has to say. Hopefully the advice you're about to hear won't lead to an undesirable war. Social, what solution do you propose? I come from Andorran myself, and as Shailene is my witness, I wish I could offer another solution. But we have sworn an oath to Her Majesty. If Nerosian doesn't wish to see an Andorran troops in Dresden, we have no right to invite them. But no one can forbid us from accepting their help in the form of weapons and supplies. After all, this war is not just some political conflict. This is a battle for the fate of Golarion. Oh, sorry, one sec. Getting a phone call. Oh, sorry. Just had a call from my dad. Where was I? Let's just go from the beginning. Social. But no one can forbid us from accepting their help in the form of weapons and supplies. After all, this war is not just some political conflict. This is a battle for the fate of Golarion. Everyone is entitled to do their part. What a touching bashfulness. You're proposing we behave like the daughter of a noble family who wants to give herself to a dashing bard but keep her maiden honour? Right, Darren, why are you sure we should accept Andorran's help? Does it become us to reject the aid of our valiant allies who are on their way here to share the burden of this holy war? I sense the sins of pride and envy and, yes, a whiff of covetousness too, coming from the direction of Nerosian. But there can be no place for sin on a crusade. Lady Kenomi shudders pointedly. Don't forget about the sin of slander, Count. Enough tomfoolery. Your jests will lead to diplomatic disaster. Perhaps. Perhaps not. One thing I can say for sure. It was a bold move by Andorran. They are willing to invest much in this cause. Our cause. I see no reason to refuse. I never was fond of Cheliax anyway. I don't like their practices. Or their wine. I'm actually kind of inclined to agree with Darren on this one. Lan, is it a good idea to rebuke those who send us troops? The longer I sit on this council, the harder it is for me to figure out which demons we're supposed to defeat. The ones on the front lines or the ones we're protecting? How can people think about plots and intrigues when the world hangs in the balance? I don't have much faith in the integrity of Nerosian's bureaucrats, which is why I'm suggesting that we treat the Andorrans in a way that will make it clear. We won't stand for being used. If you want to help, then do it decently, and if you want to scheme, just go home. It will discourage wily opportunists, but win the respect of those who value honesty and decency. The politicians may be at fault here, but what is the soldiers' crime? They are prepared to risk their lives to defend Golarion, and they're certainly not looking to gain anything from this war. I don't know, Social. They want to get paid, don't they? Is it just to punish them for the actions of their leaders? With logic like that, we shouldn't be surprised when people start to judge us by the deeds of Nerosian's bureaucracy. Woljif, what were you saying about mercenaries? I know a guy or two with connections in merc circles. A bit creepy, but they keep their word. It'll take 5 minutes for him to turn an Andoran army into a mercenary company. They'll dig up some distinguished name or of some currently retired group, fix you up with banners and uniforms, and record the company's arrival in the books of the local mercenary guild. Even the fussiest clerk won't realise that they're not well-respected dogs of war, but a detachment of Andoran regulars. And just like that, under neutral banners, we've accepted our new friends into our army. Clever, eh? It's crooked, not clever. If a soldier doesn't care under which banners to fight, then they're not a soldier, just your average cutthroat. If the Andorans agree to something like this, my respect for them will plummet, and it's not high as it is. Lan, the Andorans seem like decent people. Why are you being like this? Lady Konomi, why would I refuse Andorans' help? Firstly, because it's the wish of the capital. That's not a good argument. Konomi falls silent for a few moments, letting the weight of her argument sink in. And secondly, you do not understand that this situation is larger and more complex than what you can see from Dresden. It would be inconvenient for us to quarrel with Cheliax at the moment, and Andoran is pushing us to do exactly that. I kind of want to quarrel with Cheliax. They're a law and orderly kind of thing. I can promise you that Mendev will compensate you for your losses. We are guided not by consideration of our own benefit, but of the good of your army and the entire crusade. Nuh-uh, no dice. When they give you something, you take it, especially freebies. Don't bother feeding us that garbage about compensating us later. The authorities do it whenever it's fleecing time, and then what? The people get nothing back. Compensate in my tail. I have no more questions. I'm leaning heavily towards either Woljif or Darren. So social, add 6,000 finance points. And our melee units gain the Andoran equipment feat. What does that mean? Not great, just a bonus to HP. Darren, we will accept Andoran's help. 28 Hedge Knights are recruited at the commander's headquarters. And our cavalry get excellent horses, which is a bonus to AC. That's a bit better. Lan is right. Lan gives us 45 rangers. I'm not bothered about rangers. And gain the Insurgi. Nah. Lan, your option's rubbish. For both role-playing and benefit reasons. Woljif and Darren both get us Hedge Knights. But then Woljif also give us Attracted by Fame. +1 AC to all saving throws. All mercenary units gain that. And then Lady Konomi. 10 cuirassiers, 30 champions, and 30 marksmen. We've got a lot of mercenary units. Actually, I'm just going to go with Darren. It's more fun to go with Darren's. I think we don't really get along with Lady Konomi and her pushy politics, so antagonizing is the way to go, I think. Darren, we will accept Andoran's help. Commander, you have already demonstrated your defiance of the Royal Council. Do not cross the line that separates defiance from an open attack on Mendev's interests. The Royal Council will not forgive you for it. Is that a threat? Merely a warning. Your actions, on the other hand, are indeed threatening to Mendev. Her Majesty has entrusted her kingdom to the Royal Council. It is their duty to oppose those who hurt her interests. By turning them against you, you leave them no choice but to start hurting you. No, I'm not backing down. The decision has been made, and it's final. Lady Konomi's hand twitches in frustration. There will be consequences. Severe and unpleasant consequences. It will be virtuous and... what was it that dull priest used to say? Upright. Every pure soul has the right to be pushing up daisies for Galarian. Not to mention the Andoran cavalry has the best horses. And I have been thinking about purchasing a stallion. That will be all. I hope you are all pleased with the work of the Diplomatic Council. I doubt that the capital will henceforth be inclined to involve you in matters of politics, Commander. You may give your demon war your undivided attention. Well, is this the last one for this? Or have we triggered the last one early? Okay, maybe no more diplomatic councils. Oh, okay, these are from Chili Creek. I was trying a West Country accent for them, I think. Judge, Judy, and Executioner. Yeah, there you go. I'd have to quote Hot Fuzz. So many strange, terrible things are happening here. Marco, a fisherman from the tiny, peaceful village of Chili Creek, enters the hall. I saw enough horrors on my way here to last a lifetime. But of course, I didn't show up empty-handed. The whole village took up a collection for the war effort. It's not much, mind you, but it's something. We're just doing our part, however small, to help you win the war. Oh, extra diplomacy. How did you get here? By pure luck, I figure. You're surrounded by all this horror. The land is dead, the trees are all gnarled and twisted. There are monsters roaming around everywhere. This is a terrible West Country accent, but I'm sticking with it. Ready to jump out at you at any moment. Thankfully, I ran into a Crusader patrol and they brought me here. If it wasn't for them, I would have ended my trip in the teeth of some nasty beast. That's for sure. How are things in the village? Oh, everything's been peaceful and quiet. I get wistful just thinking about it. Now I'm kicking myself for being such a fool. Why didn't I just stay at home? What was I thinking, dragging myself all the way out here to the world wound? But you know, it's just not right. Sitting home quietly, hiding behind the heroes who risk their necks for us every day. So I decided to pay you a visit. How is Jernau doing? Oh, he's settled in, that's for sure. Almost one of us now. Heals the sick, fixes the nets with the others. Before you know it, he'll be learning how to swim. The fisherman chuckles good-naturedly. Would you like to stay here with us? No, thank you. I'd hate to say it, but I'm no crusader. Fighting demons is not really my thing. I'll get some rest before I head out. Take a day or two and look at the fortress. It'll give me some stories to tell. Then I'll head home to Chili Creek. I've already seen more on this trip than I've seen in a lifetime. Anyway, you better come back and see us. We'll be waiting. Thanks for coming to visit. And thank you for defending our peace and quiet. The fisherman bows respectfully. We've gathered up something else for you heroes, but I couldn't bring it with me. It was too heavy to carry. Come to our village and you can pick it up for yourself. And pay us a visit while you're at it. We're always glad to see you. Well, I'll see you later. Good luck with all the fighting. That was all over the place. I'm almost hesitant to go back to the village just because it means I'll have to do more of that accent. Also, in between doing the recordings, I did a whole bunch of building things. What was I talking about? I think before I started, I got a bit sidetracked. Oh yeah, so I remember I was wondering why are there multiple Outpost Bastion expansion options? And so I've realised how it works is you do this, and then you click on whichever Bastion you want to upgrade, and then upgrade it. And I realised this by accidentally upgrading this one over here, which is not one that needs to be upgraded at all. I would have much rather upgraded this one or this one, but we can do that next time. There's nothing we can do decrees-wise. No events. I think, yeah, just in terms of moving the armies around. I've also renamed some just so it's a bit easier. We've got this defense force here. I also hired a new general for this army. And we'll have them more over this way. Especially with that incoming force there. Hopefully they'll be able to stop that. I only just noticed that army coming in, actually. That was a good thing. Yeah, we'll go on the attack down here, though. Seeing as our main army's already here. Pursue, pursue, always pursue. Okay. Oh, we've got Song of Seasons. That's with every army. That's very useful, actually. I could fireball them here. Let's do Cone of Cold here, because that will actually hurt the Brimarax. Not just hurt, kill the Brimarax. Wonderful. You can just instantly kill the Drachnai, or whatever they're called. Oh, so they do have a ranged attack. Okay, so their ranged attack isn't very good, but they're also good at melee. Okay. Oh no, that is their ranged weapon. I thought that was a big axe. We ideally need more of these for them to be useful, I think. Sorcerers fire a shot. Oh, and another one. Let the dogs out. And just distract them. Right, yeah, just finish them off. Perfect. Having ejected the demons from Eagle Rock, the former Crusader outpost lost during the Fourth Crusade, warriors were dismayed to discover that the fortifications had fallen into miserable ruins under demon rule. However, in the Warden's chambers, there is a cache containing valuables unnoticed by marauders. Okay, that's alright. Yeah, just go and intercept this army that's attacking us here. Headhunter... A headhunter's ranged. Oh, they're all too far away to do that. That's fine. Okay, take out the headhunters. Both of them. I won't find out if they're ranged. And the succubi. Fantastic. Main army. Yeah, go for this army. I'm going to take out as many as we can. Let's do a fireball over here. Seeing as there's 3 units there. Great. Yeah, take them out. Seeing as it's a guaranteed kill. You just whittle down the cultists. Oh, okay. They can teleport. It's a bit scary. Well, they're not very scary. Hellknights are really not doing much damage, are they? Nothing's doing much damage. And they seem to hit back when they're attacked. So heal the marksman. Dogs, you attack. Oh, they've got very strong defences, haven't they? That's fine though. Take them out with a Scorching Ray. And the archers can finish off the cultists. Wonderful. To keep an eye on that unit if we see it, because they're very tough. A poor prisoner who was freed in the battle asks for a word. In his hand, an item wrapped in a rag. The prisoner says he was once a crusader, and for decades he has hidden this item from the demons. He is overjoyed to present it to his saviour. A scythe. Nice. Can we take on this fort? I want to see what's in the army. Oh, they've got a spell-casting general. That's slightly worrying. And a lot of units. We can handle it. I'm sure we can handle it. Just please let us move first. Okay. So we want to take out as many of these as we can in one go. That's good, that's good. Take out the mounted scouts. Perfect. Get another turn? No. Too much to ask. Start whittling down the cultists, please. Sorcerers, you can... also whittle down the cultists. This might be a tougher fight than I was expecting. It's always tough when the enemy has magic, because they just do the same thing that I do, which is exploit it. Okay, you hit them. Clerics, we definitely want to heal from you. Lay hand on others. Try and heal them up. Great. And then dogs, you hit them. Whew. That was a busy round. Their horses didn't die. You know what, let's do Song of Seasons, because that will heal us up some and also do damage to the adjacent soldiers, won't it? Just at the end of the round. Okay, I can get an instant kill on... Yeah, we'll take out them because they do damage back when you melee attack, so it makes more sense to hit them now. These Bellows fighters are not proving to be that useful at the moment. Just whittle down the cultists. Sorcerers, you also whittle down the cultists. Oh. I want you guys to go and stand next to the cultists so that you're there when you need the heal. And you guys stand there because that will do damage to 2 of them. Oh, perfect. Okay, go and take them out. Wonderful. Who needs the heal more? The marksmen are more important, so you heal them. Hey! That didn't quite work out how I wanted it to. But no matter. Our infirmary is not full. So we should be able to finish all these, do enough damage to these so that the Brimmerak doesn't get another shot. There you go. Done. We've got everything back. Yeah, these Bellows fighters aren't very good. We're keeping them in the army because they're to do with the Azata path, but hopefully we can get more. A host of demons once guarded the horrific remains of the Tower of Yath, sculpted from demon flesh. The Crusaders stormed the ruins and ended the lives of all who dwelt within. The remains of the tower resembles the decomposing carcass of a giant beast, and the warriors of the Crusade are already setting up a war camp a few miles from the ruins to keep an eye on this heap of rotting meat. Nasty. Okay, so we've got there. We should really circle back round and go over to this side, shouldn't we, though? That's where more of the demons are. And this fort's a bit strong for us right now. Okay. That's good enough. Let's hit the road. Oh, actually, where are we going to where are we going to head off to? We could do the... Where did this actually send us to? I remember when we got this, it unlocked a new location for us, but I can't remember what that location was.
Always watch your back.
Oh wait, I wanted to rest here, didn't I? Because our Abyssal Corruption is still fairly full. So yeah, we'll take a rest here. Need to buy more solutions. And also need to buy a new scroll kit. Although I did try to, I couldn't figure out where I get it from. Just rest for 12 hours. I do not know what barbarians do in the day-to-day. Running about in the nude, waving an axe, possibly, or ripping the heads off wolves. But I think Maravok was sick to the back teeth of his routine, whatever it was. And then Jerebeth came along, a magical creature from another plane. Yes, I understand what he saw in her. I hope you never get bored enough of our own company to do something as dangerous and stupid as that, Count. You aren't even there, Greyboy. What do you know? Okay. Now we'll head out. Wait, does Regil have anything to say about what Yaka said? I guess he just wants us to take him with him. No, nothing new to say. Early sunset, you got anything to say? Nope. Eurobeth? Nope. Cool. Outside it is. Just go straight to the gates. Let's have a look at what our options are and then we can decide where we're going to head. I might go do the Hellknight mission, depending on how far away it is. Where's this demon army? The demon army's approaching from there. So... you can join this army, wizards. And I think... we should get some of these in the army as well. Come on. Just go here. Let's put the convicts in and swap them round. And then send you back here. So now this is a slightly fuller army anyway. I feel more confident about taking on this army. And then you're happy to sit there. Maybe even we should bring you forward. And we've got more movement on the main army. How are we meant to get here? That's what I want to know. Maybe through here? Ravaged Longhouse. Oh, I think that's where we were meant to go for the other quest. Well, for the one I was just talking about finding the missing scouts. Okay, we can't go over that way. Why can't we go down that way? Oh, okay. There's just a crossing there. These scouts are fairly useless. Okay, the party as well. I don't need to buy anything right now. So we could head down here. I almost want to wait until we can construct stuff. Okay, the Hellknight's outpost is just there, so we'll go and do that one because it's relatively close. In which case, I'm going to swap out. Who should I swap out for Regil? Let's swap out Woolger for Regil. And yeah, head over here. Everyone's fine. No one needs to rest, do they? Nest would like a rest. Well, I can remove fatigue, but if it's just on her, then I'll do the spell to remove fatigue and it will remove it. Everyone will get fatigue after I do it, won't they?
Regil, have you ever seen a real devil? What did he look like?
A weakling that folded after the first hit.
I can't hate Regil. Our army has movement again. Let's bring this force down here so it's ready to intercept this army when it comes up. And we'll do this quickly. So lots of zombies and flies. Sounds good. That didn't do much damage. Okay, take out the flies. Start hitting the zombies, seeing as they're somewhat strong, it would seem. Oh wait, I meant to go for the zombies, not the flies. Bring in the dogs. Hellknights, you can go and hit the flies. Clerics, use your lay hands on others on the zombies. At least their movement is terrible. Okay, do cure wounds on the zombie. Yeah, that does way more damage, I think, than what the fireball did. Flies are done. Okay, Hellknights, you come and hit them from behind. Do another lay hands on others. Oh, and one more. And then send the dogs up as a distraction. Oh, that's fine. What was I worried about? Do another cure. Much better. Magic. Just get the guaranteed kill. Yeah, this shouldn't be a problem now. One more cure wounds. Done. So now the way to the Ivory Sanctum is clear. for when we want to go do that. An army has reached you and now attacks. I hope we can still read that text when we come back. Okay. This is a slightly less guaranteed victory. Send in the Wolf Riders, attack them there. Oh, we've got the mongrels in our army now. Now that we had them join the crusade, we got 30 mongrel archers. And if they're going to do that, I'll be very happy. You turn them against us. Oh, they're just crushing despair. They're not against us then, they're just freaking out. Okay, wizards, do the Brimarax. Paladins, you can come up here. And then convicts. Convicts are cheap at weak. I'm going to do this in anticipation of us being attacked by the cultist. Yeah. Well, why didn't Song of Resolve work? It's the end of the next turn then. It's a bit disappointing. Oh, these can still attack. That's okay then. Use lightning on the cultists, please. Lay hands on others. Cure up the convicts. Oh, okay, so it does it. Oh. Okay. Oh, it killed the Brimarax, not more than it killed us. Let's do another heroic resolve. Okay, start weakening the incubi. Try and kill off the cultists. Cure the Wolf Riders. I'm okay with the convicts going down. Okay. Would have been nice to get one more heal off from the paladins. Okay, we lost 2 paladins. I'm alright with that. I would have rather have lost the convicts, but you can't pick and choose what goes in the infirmary. Okay, so we lost the... We couldn't read the text from that assault. That's a bit annoying. Oh, that's not the Ivory Labyrinth. Where is the Ivory Labyrinth? Ivory Sanctum. It's over here. So we can go there at any time then. Well, that seems like a pointless trail. I'm wondering if there's something over there. Right, let's go inside. Hang out with Regil and his Hellknights. I want to do a campaign where we've got Regil. It'll either be an evil one or a lawful one, but I definitely want to do one with him in the team because I enjoy his I enjoy him. What his voice acting, the voice actor for him is great. Right, I'll do all the buffing. Just give me a minute. Right, we're all buffed up. Let's go. I've made Regil big as well. Regil scans the top of the hill. Wisps of smoke rise into the air, giving away the location of the Hellknight outpost. We must hurry and remain very, very alert. Tell me about your outpost. The outpost is situated on top of a hill. The main building has stout walls and small windows. It serves as a resting area for various Hellknight orders. Apart from my own troops, there are currently 3 chapters quartered here, as well as the permanent garrison. We've stocked up on food and water. The gargoyles have taught us a valuable lesson, and now we are prepared for aerial attack. What could have happened to the missing squad? Regil gazes into the distance thoughtfully. They were last seen in this very place. We must comb the area. I'm ready, let's hurry.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
Well, that's irritating. They're all the way up there. You know, I'm going to deal with this with the Arushale.
I will resist.
Or let them come to me. Yeah, everyone just skip. Alright, activate that. Activate this. Come on, come to me, Omox. Seeing as you had to trigger on top of the ledge. I forgot that Woljif is our main source of he's our source of haste, isn't he? Slightly forgot that. Grand Owl of Wisdom. This figurine of a cat is engraved with a name that doesn't fit its appearance. Once activated, it grants the user a permanent +1 bonus on all skill checks, then vanishes. Okay, it's like a one-time use skill check enhancement that we will probably never remember that we have. The Hellknights have thoroughly restored and reinforced these fortifications, which date back to the age of the First Crusade. Okay, let's go to stealth. Arushale, you start the fight.
I'll defend my dream.
Perfect. Ivy, roll your lucky dice. They last the whole day, so it's beneficial to do that. Darren, you can pray for us. Nest, give yourself Blur as well. I've got to do all the buffs that I can do with you. Ember, do try and kill one with the swift action. Didn't work. It's okay. Do Hellfire, Scorching Ray. Oh, I should be making use of her greater command, shouldn't I? It's okay. What effect is that applying? It's like they're under some sort of negative debuff. Ivy, come and do an attack, please. Darren, you can also attack, please. Omux Befouler. I'm guessing that's what's causing some sort of debuff to us. Do arcane accuracy. Guarantee we hit. And do a force punch full attack. Great. One was reduced. Okay, Ember, you... They're very close, aren't they? Do a command halt. Just stop them from moving. If you can. And then Arushale. Just shoot them. We still have scrolls of haste if we do feel like we end up needing it. Regil has 7 attacks. Suspicious Traveller. A pale youngster practically prostrates himself before you. Finally, someone's here! And it's the Crusaders too! Please help me, I'm all alone and I don't know what to do. This lad's appearance perfectly matches the description of one of the cultists who was supposed to arrive with the lost escort. Regil notes dispassionately, gripping the handle of his weapon. A cultist? No, I'm just an apprentice craftsman. They made us work against our will there. Calm down and tell me everything. Start at the beginning. Or do I just go for the perception check? Let's do the perception check first. It seems to me like the cultist is either lying or... I'll say everything from the beginning. Yeah, we still have the option. He raises his light-coloured eyes to meet yours. As you command. It's true, I worked in that workshop for, you know, the Baphomet folks. But I didn't do anything wrong. They dragged us there and threw us in the basement. They made us work, fed us a little, but also beat us sometimes. And then these folk in black armour turned up, killed the guards, tied us up and brought us here and left us. Please, help me. I'm afraid to cross the Whirlwind by myself. What happened to the black armoured knights who captured you? I'm telling you, they left us here. They brought us all the way here, tied us up, and then left us to die. And they laughed about it too. Farewell, you cultist bastards. Either demons will eat you or you'll die of hunger soon enough. They said that and left, there toward that hill. I was the only one to escape. I untied myself and tried to hide. What did they have you doing in that workshop? All sorts of things. We made armour and stuff like holy symbols. We also made clothes and painted shields. They usually gave us an example, say a shield and an armour from the order of such, and we had to copy it. In other words, they were preparing disguises so that the spies of the Ivory Labyrinth Templars could move unseen in Crusaders' camps. There's a malicious glint to Regil's eyes. Where are the other captives? There's no one else. The demons showed up and killed everyone. I was the only one who got away. Oh, we lost the perception check. Regil, does this make any sense to you? Regil growls through clenched teeth with uncharacteristic passion. As far as I can see, he's an accomplice of the cultists and an accessory to their crimes. He must be interrogated harshly, tortured if necessary, and then executed if it turns out he knows nothing. Okay, now we got the perception check. It seems to me like the cultist is either lying or keeping something from us, or even worse. The lad recoils and then, surprisingly deftly, jumps away from you. Oh, there you go. It wasn't a cultist at all then, I guess. A fowler of virtues. Do a protection from evil communal, why not? Okay, that did no damage. That was all reduced. It's got 10 energy resistance from fire. It's got exceptions to good or cold iron. Okay. It's immune to weapon damage, it seems. Lower its AC, please. Regil. It lasts 1 minute and grasps all allies plus... Okay.
Kneel before me.
Regil nods to himself. One less demon. Splendid. Poor thing he was thralled to a demon. Or, yeah, we're going to challenge Regil, because we are chaotic, aren't we? Being so cold is wrong, Regil. There's no harm in taking pity on the poor wretch, even though he proved to be a tool of our enemies. There's nothing bad about feeling things. These are dangerous words when spoken by an officer. Irrationality and emotions are immediately followed by weakness and defeat. The demons know how to exploit them perfectly. However, we have achieved the desired result and eliminated the threat, so we will consider your emotionality a minor but manageable flaw. I must commend your shrewdness. We would have had it rough if you hadn't unmasked the demon. We must verify the claim that the knights returned to the outposts. Move out. The gates are wide open. There are no signs of weapon damage, claw marks, or any traces of magic. Oh, there we go. We found some more of those, what we needed to make meals, at least. Although we should really just buy up a whole bulk of them, I think. The Hellknight Outpost is shrouded in silence. The 3 chapters seem to have simply vanished, leaving only the pillars of smoke from their fires to testify to the recent presence of the living. That doesn't seem to unnerve Regil in the slightest. He dispassionately scans the empty camp as if waiting for something. Breaking the prevailing silence, a sudden musical laugh sounds harsh and almost sincere. Knight Commander, at last. I've been dying to meet you. Come on, don't be so sullen. Come on over and have a little rest after your journey. You can always stab me or hit me with a spell a bit later. If you feel like doing that at all, of course. Arushale narrows her eyes. Kiranda. Arushale, my dear. You found yourself such a charming friend. Come on over, don't be shy. The demon gestures invitingly. Arushale's eyes are wide with worry. Careful, Nest. This is Kiranda. She's my acquaintance. She's dangerous. Ivu looks around timidly. It's so scary here. Can we grab these tasty treats and find a place that isn't scary? Do you know what I see? A trap. The Count's wide gesture encompasses the entire area. Then he nods at the succubus. And it's bait. What an arrogant, talkative demon we've got here. I can see you've made yourself quite at home in our camp. What have we here? One of those black-armoured blockheads? Why don't you join me and the commander for a little meal? Surely the mighty Hellknight isn't scared of a little temptation. The demon bats her eyelashes innocently. He's just going to kill her, isn't he? Oh no, he is sitting down. Regil stubbornly frowns. Surprisingly, he then steps forward without hesitation and sits next to the demon. Let's talk. Regil, don't you think we should refuse this demon's requests? The Hellknight permits himself an odd smirk. Sometimes it's useful to know your enemy. Why is the camp deserted, demon? Kiranda. My name is Kiranda. As for the camp's inhabitants, well, that's a long story. Please sit, Commander. We have a lot to discuss. Alright, if Regil's down with it. Alright, let's talk. The demon claps her hands joyfully. Nest, you have no idea how eager I was to meet you, and how quickly I got here when I discovered you were coming. Do you feel at ease talking with me in this shape? Because I can always slip into something more comfortable. With a snap of her fingers, Kiranda becomes a golden-haired, bright-eyed young man, dressed in the white of a Sarenraean cleric. I can look like this, so likeable, so trustworthy. Or if you prefer, this is my favourite form. It has driven so many crusaders out of their minds. The demons playfully pose oddly clashes with the strict, upright appearance of Queen Galfrey. Very charming. Now stop this farce, demon. Oh, Sir Knight, do tell me, aren't you bored with yourself? Every soul must feel something to get their blood pumping. Some are driven by avarice, others by lust, and others still by envy. And if you think you've managed to shield yourself from every vice and every flaw, well, that just means that you are blind, and your vice is the greatest of them all. Pride. Well, we could tell Reginald to loosen up. We'll do the perception check first. You said you knew I was coming. How? The demon looks astonished for a moment. How did I know? We all have our sources. Perhaps I'll tell you about them, Commander, if we can establish a certain friendship. Yeah, we'll do the chaotic option. Push a snack towards Regil. Don't be so uptight, Regil. Loosen up. This lovely lady is simply trying to entertain us. Kiranda blows you a kiss. A good hostess doesn't allow her guests to get bored, even if some of them are Hellknights. But now, on to business. I have a rather unusual request. I'd like to become a crusader. And before 1,001 objections escape your mouth, think about this. Your fame precedes you by quite some distance. They speak of you even down in the abyss. We have never encountered anyone possessing such power. That is so exciting. The demon exhales loudly. I've heard that a part of your power trickles down to your most loyal companions. So why would a clever lady like me keep on serving demon lords, when instead there is someone so unusual and intriguing? I can't promise you I'm going to kneel before that Iomade of yours right away, but I have many, many interesting stories to tell about my friends from the abyss. Of course, I can also be of personal use to you. Any shape you desire, remember? I am not even sure which of your suggestions was more revolting, demon. Your effortless betrayal of your kin, or your filthy insinuations. Kiranda's tail suddenly springs up, and its tip gently caresses Regil's cheek. Oh, do smile a little, Hellknight. This isn't hell yet. Okay, I'm going to do this, why not? I mean, we've already befriended Arushale. Although I don't trust her, but we can play along. Nest enjoys a bit of a flirtatious game, I think. Wink at the demon. What else can this tale of yours do? I could pluck a few simple melodies on a harp, unless you have a more enticing suggestion. Only someone utterly mad. Okay, we'll be serious now. I don't think we should trust her. Only someone utterly mad would trust a demon. What's she then? A holy angel with a nimbus? Kiranda points to Arushale. Want to hear about the time she and I spent a lovely afternoon with young twin brothers from an austere monastic order? You're growing tiresome, demon. Make your move and let's get this over with. I've told you what I want. Well, I've told you what I want. Say yes, Nest, and in return you'll get priceless knowledge about demonic and cultist activities, my small collection of trophies, and me. Say no, and you will get nothing but the incessant whining of your Hellknight flunky. This is starting to feel like a test. Enough. Don't even dream of earning my trust, Kiranda. How very boring, the demon hisses.
Time to rob them of their treasures.
I would like to go with it, but I don't know. It felt too. I'm a bit suspicious of this. Yeah, Arushale, you just start hitting Kiranda. Ivy, come over here. Do these have high dexterity?
Cover me.
They have very high dexterity. Okay. Do a prescient attack. And a vampiric touch. If you're going to turn invisible, I can match that. Oh wow, there's loads. Who are you shooting? Ember? How dare you? Yeah, we need Darren to activate True Seeing. With all this invisibility going on. Stop piling on Ember. Leave her alone. Okay, Darren, do True Seeing Communal. Ember, use your swift attack to try and instantly kill one of them if you can. Might as well be that one. Again, didn't work. Never seems to work. And then do Command Halt. Freeze them in their tracks. Good work, Regil. Arushale, shoot the Abyssal Huntress. Take her out if you can. Okay, and let's just finish the job with that. And you go and finish this off, Fenris, or Miss. That's also an option. Stop shooting, Ember. I object.
Continue fighting, everyone.
How dare you? It's personal now. Nobody attacks Ember.
I will see to your demise. Press the attack.
Regil does a lot of damage. It's very tough. If you move to here, Nest, and then let's do Freedom of Instrument of Freedom. Ember's dead. Well, not dead. Just out of action. Death from above. Oh, I didn't realise that you get a full attack when doing that now. I need to make more use of that, definitely. Just get on Fenris if you can.
Retreat is not an option.
Come on, Arushale. Did you kill one? Great. Regil studies the demon's corpse. His face is impenetrable. I am not in hell yet. You refused to listen to this winged abomination nest. That was commendable. Now we must examine the keep and look for any traces of our missing people. I wish I knew what she wanted from me. Reginald nods as if approving the question. Succubi excel at deception, at deceit and manipulation. Sometimes their lies come in several layers, the foremost of which distracts the victim from what's hidden below. We may never know what she really wanted, but at least now we are safe from her intrigues. Reginald prods Karan. Maybe we should have gone with it. Maybe it was more in Nest's character to listen to her. Reginald prods Karanda's wing with the tip of his boot. His voice is indifferent, and he deliberately avoids looking at Arushale. Too bad, we're not always this vigilant when it comes to these sorts of abominations. Oh, I like that it accounts for her being here. Let's not tarry here, onward. Yes, it is time to put an end to this curious affair. Ember's hurt. Bless her.
In yourself.
Chug some potions.
That's easy.
Few mortals, apart from the Hellknights, would dare settle next to a hotbed of the Blight. Can we restore nature here? Upset the Hellknights' ambiance?
Precisely.
The outpost is in perfect condition. Everything appears to be in its right place and there are no signs of battle. Yeah, I'm wondering if the Hellknights are just trying to size us up. Like they sent... Either they set up the succubus, or they just knew it was coming and so backed away to see how we'd handle it. A security checkpoint. A precautionary measure highly characteristic of the Hellknights flanks in the entrance. Oh, they're all in here. A tall man wearing black armour and a full helmet salutes you with his sword. Knight Commander, you have rallied to our defence. We were forced to retreat under the onslaught of the demon Kiranda and her lackeys. We held position for as long as we could, but we were sure to perish without outside help. The knight adds in a hushed voice, Many of us are injured. Could you assist us, please? We hid the wounded in the back of the outpost so that the demons couldn't reach them as easily. That doesn't... Does that fit how the Hellknights have been? Regil remains silent and calculating as he studies the knights. I was told that there were 3 chapters quartered here, yet your numbers are sparse. Where are the others? Unfortunately, they retreated prior to the attack. Had we stood at full strength, we wouldn't have let them to trap us here. I've heard that the cultists you recently captured were forging counterfeit armour of various knightly orders. Indeed, we've confiscated a large supply of such equipment, including some very peculiar pieces, like the armour of the Eagle Watch. I've just exposed and killed a demon who possessed someone. How do I make sure none of you are afflicted in the same way? You can use defensive spells to make sure, the knight offers without hesitation. Those possessed by demons cannot cross magic circles against evil, for example. Your story has too many inconsistencies. I mean, does it? I just think the way they're acting doesn't really match. Regil permits himself a slight smirk. I was hoping you would see through their ruse, Nest, and I'm not disappointed. I expected more from you, demon. Your cleverness won't save you, mortals. Oh yeah, so they were trying to... There's just lots of traps going on here, isn't there? Oh, one of the Hellknights seems to be real. Okay, do arcane accuracy and then do a force punch.
Your luck's run out.
I guess the problem with force punch is it can knock people away, which can then stop you being able to use Angler of Vices. And that can stop you being able to do a full round of attack.
Desna, guide my hand.
But it's one of the only touch attack spells that can actually do damage to demons because they're immune to electricity and resistant to lightning. Are we still under the effects of prayer? No. Okay, Darren, do a prayer. Okay, so that's doing no damage. Why? Non-magical weapons, that's why. Okay. Ember, do a... Do a glitter dust here. And then do a hellfire ray on this one. Oh, they're buffing. Gotta be careful. Wow, okay, there's heavy reductions on that. Remind me, what does Crusader's Edge do? You imbue it with the powerful holy energy, granting the Bane weapon quality against evil outsiders. Furthermore, whenever you score a... Yes, it's definitely useful.
Kneel before me.
Regil doesn't have damage reduction. Stop piling on a Ruchelet. Okay, we've got to be careful of this succubus because otherwise they will... Oh, okay. The damage reductions are tough. Ness, do Vampiric Touch on the succubus. Great. That's what we like to see. A Ruchelet. Target the Deep Shadow Demon. Okay, do give Albrid Crusader's Edge. I want to see if that changes the damage reduction that he has to deal with. Okay, turn on the Quicken and turn on the Quicken Metamagic Rod. Try another instant kill. Maybe it'll work. Nope. And do command halt. Insanity. What does insanity do? Permanent. Okay, restoration, greater or heal can restore the creature. Okay. Okay, Crusader's Edge has taken away the damage reduction. That's what we like to see.
This one's mine.
That's why Regil's hitting fully, I think. Okay, Ivu, you've got your I thought you had Crusader's Edge. I have to remember to start giving it to the pets as well. Albrig, you're standing in one of the demons. It's not useful. Yeah, I need to make sure to give the pets Crusader's Edge, or else they'll not be able to hit. Okay, Nest. I'm glad I turned the difficulty up. It's making some of these more challenging. Try Arcane Theft, see how that goes. Arushale, no! To resurrect a character from the dead, find the spell or a scroll, Breath of Life. Doesn't Darren have Breath of Life? Oh, he does. Apparently it's a free action. Can I quicken it? I can quicken it, okay. Okay, Ember's back. And then use heal on Arushale, please. Break her insanity. Okay, okay. And then...
I'll make short work of this. Out of my sight.
Okay, Ember, you need to heal yourself. Well, I don't have very good healing spells with you, do I? Do I have better ones? No. Perhaps Controlled Fireball would be good. Okay, you've healed yourself. Okay, Albrig, attack the Deep Shadow Demon. I thought you had Crusader's Edge now. Why have you stopped? This is a tough fight. Ivu. It doesn't help that I could barely see who I'm attacking. Okay, good.
Make your peace.
Okay, okay. Definitely could do with a heal, I think. Is prayer still active? Prayer is still active. Cure moderate wounds mass. If this cures the enemies, I'm going to be upset, but I don't think it will. And just do another heal. Let's bring everything back up. And then Ember do an evil eye. Well, let's bring it home. Okay, we'll go and hit these ones then. It'd be helpful to have something to make weapons good aligned, because I think that negates the damage reduction, doesn't it? Or cold iron.
I will see to your demise.
It's doing very little damage. Okay, empower. And then do a controlled fireball there. The controlled fireball is not meant to hit allies. Why did Darren lose health? Albrig, death from above, the succubus. Or the abyssal huntress even.
Press the attack.
Stab their backs.
True strike is helpful.
I will resist.
Cold.
Precision and grace.
Ember may have died, but she's back. Maybe without any of her buffs, but she's back. Angler of Vices. Wait! The ugly shadow hisses. Let me ransom my life, Crusader. I have loot. Much loot that I picked off the fallen. Surely it's worth the price of letting one poor soul slink back to the abyss. The cultist hostage trembles with fear and fails to utter a word. His eyes are pleading. Do we do it to save the hostage's life? Yeah, we aren't Hellknights. We're not going to pretend to be Hellknights. I imagine the demon will kill the hostage if we don't take the loot. I hope the loot is worth it. Hand it over and get lost. Take it, it's yours. The abyss awaits me. Regel's strike is swift and precise. Nothing awaits you now. Oh, Regil just picked for us. The demon's death rattle reverberates off the walls. In his dying agony, he squeezes the kneeling cultist's neck with his claws, practically tearing the man's throat out. Oh, what in the nine hells, Regil? The Hellknight shrugs apathetically. Letting such a dangerous creature go would have been a fatal mistake. Besides, this demon trespassed on Hellknight territory and participated in hostilities against the Order. I thought it fit to deal with him according to the Order's regulations. If we keep sacrificing our people for the sake of victory, no one will be left alive to celebrate it. Regil considers your words for a while. That is a reasonable observation, but there are limits to everything. Today you spare this demon to save a cultist, then tomorrow he returns, juggling a horde of screaming infants and using them to order you around. What about the surviving cultists? Should we interrogate them? They won't tell us anything we don't already know. Deal with them as you see fit. If you don't want to waste your time, the orders will take care of them later. We vanquished the demons, but we still don't know where the knights from the camp are. Regil casts a stern glance in your direction. Take a look around if you think it best. Then we must leave. It's time. Oh, sorry. I did try to save you. Demons used us. They pulled our strings like marionettes. Yeah, they all have the same thing to say. Oh, and not bringing Woolgear. Okay, we've got an expert lockpick though. We'll use that.
I finished here. Is there
Oh,
more?
demon blood. That's good to have. Fighting the bleaching. Practical guidance. 1. The youth shall leave their malady behind. The bleaching does not cling to people until they mature. 2. What is the colour of your skin? Apple cheeked yesterday, but deathly pale today. That's an alarming sign. Closely monitor the condition of your skin, hair, and eyes. 3. Never be bored. Curiosity is your best protection. Have a finger in every pie. 4. Don't break your neck. Be prepared to stand up for yourself or run for your life when you venture out to seek adventure. 5. Never give up. There's a remedy for the bleaching, and it isn't pills, but a new wardrobe or a new lover can stop the disease, and a proper journey can prevent its onset for a long time. 6. You are not alone. Find yourself some soulmates. They might just give you a new lease on life. Yeah, the bleaching's what Regil's going for. He doesn't, he's too strict. Okay, I think we found everything in here. Yep. No, 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 no! Oh, I didn't want to kill them. That was an accident. Can I exit combat? Oh, I didn't mean to execute them. Oh, yeah, okay. Don't click on them twice. Whoops. I'm in a headcanon that didn't happen, because that's definitely a mistake. Oh, hello. The Hellknights are back now. Paralictor Ammius Renth. Paralictor Ammius Renth leans on his longsword. At last. How did it go, Paralictor Durange? You will receive a formal report, Renth, just like everything else. Regil winces in frustration. Explain yourself, Regil. Of course. Regil pauses, but then deliberately continues in a louder voice so that Aminos and the other knights can hear him too. Everything that happened was, in a way, a show. We'd received reports about the location of several particularly cunning demons, not the fighting kind, but those who specialize in deceit and temptation. We could have surrounded and destroyed their hideout, but instead we let them know that the Knight Commander of Dresden would soon arrive in our deserted camp. The fiends swallowed it hook, line, and sinker. How could any of them miss an opportunity to prove themselves by killing the new leader of the crusade? Demons love talking about the pride of mortals, but in fact they suffer from that vice far more than anyone else. Regil's smile is a cruel one. Now for the critical bit, my reasons. Even though the Orders knew a lot about the new commander's behaviour, that information lacked veracity and consistency. For instance, it's always useful to know just how well your principal ally is able to resist deceit and temptation. And I suggested that they meet with Karanda and her cohorts. So you were testing me, called it. Yes, I was. Regil doesn't look away. Someone had to, seeing that Her Majesty Galfrey of Mendev is so prone to bestowing titles and armies without second thought. Regil lowers his voice a touch. And yet you can't claim that I was insincere. I made myself crystal clear when I stated my interest in your person and your unusual powers back when we first met. I also mentioned how important you are for the Crusade and our shared cause. We are at the vanguard of what is possibly the most important war of our age. No one can afford the privilege of blind trust with these stakes. I can't say I'm happy with the results. I trust this verdict of mine will serve as food for thought. On the one hand, your sense of humour provokes questions. Then again, it's an acceptable vice, a minor one. Regil shrugs with just a shade of frustration. Did it cross your mind that I would die during this test of yours? Regil seems to be slightly taken aback. Of course it did. Our main force was positioned nearby, and they were ready to advance at the first sign of real trouble. I was not going to deprive the Crusaders of their commander and sow chaos among their already sorely undisciplined ranks. I'm not going to kick him out. I understand your concern and don't begrudge you this test. Regil bows respectfully. I'm glad we've reached an understanding, and I am sorry that I had to resort to such measures. Now that we've discussed everything, there's still a small matter to attend to. Regil looks at the ranks of the Hellknights and raises his voice. Yaka Ankela, 2 steps forward. I hear and obey, Paralictor Derenge. We must speak about your role in recent events. You received my order to visit the Knight Commander in Dresden and feed her misleading information. How should a Hellknight behave in this situation? Yaka swallows dryly as he tries to feign composure. A Hellknight must obey his commander's orders. If his commander's orders directly contradict the tenets of the measure of the chain, or go against the order's interests, then the knight must report his commander to the higher order command. Regil's piercing gaze bores into the young knight. And what did you do? Did you report me? No, sir. With your permission, sir, I deduced that it was some kind of test for the Knight Commander. That didn't seem right to me, but... You don't have my permission to blabber excuses, knight. You're going to punish Yaka for no reason at all. I have to object. The young Hellknight gives you a hopeful sideways glance, but keeps silent. So what do you suggest, Commander? I'll take Yaka to Dresden with me. He will advise on coordination between our 2 forces. Regil looks surprised, but he merely shrugs. As you wish. Knight, you shall return your camp equipment to the quartermaster and requisition travel equipment instead. That is all. Thank you for your visit, Commander. I called it being a test. Sorry about the one I killed. If that wasn't a cultist, but a Hellknight. Will you believe me when I say I misclicked? I only realised after I clicked that it had the attack symbol and not the talk symbol. Oh, been recording for a long time. Okay, we'll just finish quickly looking around here. I hope I live long enough to see a really Vorlish burn at the stake. No one deserves it more than that demon abetting witch. Just see if there's anything else to do quickly before we leave. These are just armigers. Are any of the leaders here?
Always watch your back.
It would be... Oh, yeah, they got them over here. Do you have anything to say, Paralictor Amos? Paralictor Aminus Renth greets you with a nod. Knight Commander. If you wish, my armigers will show you a list of goods we offer. It includes both spoils of war and the items produced by our order's craftsmen. How long have you known Paralictor Regil? I've known him from even before the World Wound and the Crusades. Regil is one of those gnomes who take forever to succumb to the bleaching. He was different once. He was bright. He was an armiger in the Order of the Scourge. Then he transferred to the Godclaw, soared through the ranks, and started losing colour. I can't be sure which of these three facts is the cause and which is the effect. Sure, let's see what you have for sale. We're going to sell off some of our stuff at least, rather than drag it back with us. We don't need all the Hellknight armor we picked up. What do you have? Belt of improved protection. That doesn't seem very good. This helmet grants aware a +1 bonus in insight bonus to AC. Nah, no, that's really worth it. Okay, well. At least we passed your test, Regil. Or somewhat past your test. I'm surprised he didn't comment on us taking or trying to take the demon's offer. But I guess he liked that we didn't listen to the succubus. I imagine that would have led to a failure in the test, wouldn't it? Okay, well, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy this series, I'm going to post daily, so feel free to subscribe or leave a like or a comment if you're feeling generous. Yeah, I'll catch you later. Bye.